you know what the specs are?
Yeah, these are standard length, 2 degrees upright.
2 up.
2 up, yeah.
On a tight list, okay? How tall are you? 6'1"?
6'1".
Yeah, you're 6'1",
Yeah.
2-ish, aren't you? 6'1".
I thought about that in the way.
Do you reckon Andy Sullivan's got a catchphrase that he doesn't even know he's got, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? Like, we've created his catchphrase for him. He must get them thinking, where is everyone getting this from? Because obviously he did that, but unless he watched the video, he's not going to really remember that.
Yeah,
and people keep tweeting it. Yeah. He's going to be thinking, what's going on here?
My wife is very close to committing murder because of all the catchphrases.
Yeah, I get a lot of those comments. Very good. Great shot. So on this little test here, your driver is better than your iron.
Yeah.
But your driver had some issues, but they're all kind of in play. Your iron had some issues where it wasn't in play. Okay, we'll look at that a bit more in a second. Cool. Okay, 11 shots actually with your iron, and then some more shots at the top here with your driver.
Yeah.
Iron you hit 2.8 down, which is fine. So the club is moving down as it hits the ball, not up. With your driver you hit 2.9 up at the ball. So they're the right way round what people think should happen. I imagine you would imagine that an iron you'd be hitting down, and a driver you'd be hitting up. You are doing that. Your club path with your iron is 4.3 degrees in to out.
Should there be an average, or is it per player?
No. What was your objective when you walked in? You mentioned what you thought you wanted your path to be.
Slightly into out,
Yeah, it was 4 in to out. That's slightly in to out.
I presume you can't come too much in.
Very player specific.
As long as you deliver the club squarely.
You have a desire, and I don't know if your desire would make you better or not, but you expressed the desire to me of wanting to hit from in to out. You talked about lessons and the desire to hit more in to out. You're doing what you desire to do, but yet you're still here.
Yes.
That's an interesting connection, isn't it?
It is. Story of my life.
Yeah. But see what I'm saying? You say, I want to be able to do something.
Yeah.
You're doing it. Every shot. 3 into out. 2, 6, 5, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Every shot, the club is moving from in to out. That's what your desire was. So I can confirm you're doing it. So our job here is done. You're doing what you want to do. But the shots didn't go as well as you wanted them to go.
I knew he was coming to that, yeah.
So maybe your desire is not the answer. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just kind of challenging your idea of right and wrong. Because you don't want to hit from out to in, do you? Because you relate that to slices and stuff.
Well, yeah.
You're not. You're hitting in to out. Face is averaging 2.6 close to that 4.3. So that means that's a little baby draw on every shot. You had a bit of a funky one at the end there, but that's going to be a complete mishit, which is where the read is going to jump. But you're 2 open, 4 open. You had a couple of blocks, and then that's an overdraw, and that's a good one. That's a slight overdraw. That's a good one. That's a good one. Slight overdraw. Good one. Slight overdraw. I would say wild read. You should be hitting baby draws on every shot, apart from say the first 2-ish.
Yeah.
And then slight overdraws. We didn't see that on every shot though, did we?
No.
If we take your range of strikes with the iron, they're all very heel based, some too far heel based, and they're very high.
Yeah.
So where does your desire to hit from in to out tackle that? there's no connection. It doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm getting at? So you've got a desire to control the club path. Well, you're controlling the club path, but you're not controlling if that path is lining up with the ball. So look, if you put your club by that ball,
am I throwing the club out?
yeah, a little bit. So you can hit into out with the toe, you can hit into out with the neck, you could hit into out with the middle.
Yeah.
The skill that is evident through all good players is that they can line the centre of gravity up with this club with the centre of gravity of that ball.
Yeah.
Amateurs often have a desire, a right and wrong desire, because they want it to be simplified always, which is fine, but to have a club path a certain way. Like you did, I want to hit from the inside. But I don't see how that relates to that at all. So I see this box as the issue.
Quite shocking actually.
But you're seeing this number here as the thing you're working on.
Yeah.
Fine, you're achieving what you wanted to work on, but this box still isn't right, which is why we didn't see the desired shape on any of the shots. Or we did on a few, not all of them. So we need to somehow, it ain't going to be easy, your delivery is tricky to, it'll be interesting to see what we can do with you. So I would say you're delivering the iron very well. Maybe a fraction too much loft. We've got a dodgy reading there from a miss hit, maybe that one. And certainly the last one, but it's a 7-iron, isn't it?
7, yeah.
So you may be delivering a little bit too much loft, but we need to move your strike with the iron, and that's how you get better. It's not about the angles that you deliver.
They're alright, sir.
They're okay. Like if you nail every strike here with the numbers you delivered, I would struggle to tell what your handicap is. Like, is it a pro, is it an amateur? I'd struggle to tell.
Mm.
But I would look at that strike and instantly I'd think, well, he's going to need shots.
Yeah.
He's going to need some free goes, which is what shots are.
Which I've got plenty.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You need to offset that.
The funny thing is, though, on the course, when I play at home, my irons are usually better than my driver.
Yeah.
If like I say, I'm hot and cold with the driver.
Yeah.
And it's not very often I'll shank a mid-iron. It's usually a wedge, which I don't do anymore.
You definitely hit them high on the face. We saw that when we played.
Yeah.
So not only toe and heel control isn't great, high and low control isn't great. So what happens to high and low control of strike is that your flight will disperse massively short and long. So if you take away the complete shanks, if you look at all these going down the range, these yellow shots, you go for a range session, this is where so many people get wrong, it's evident with your driver as well, you would see all of these shots, driver and iron, as quite good. You'd walk away quite happy. Because you would look at it just down the left and right dispersion.
Yeah.
Short and long, if we were to flip that round, it's actually bigger this way, certainly we get those in, than it is left and right.
And that's caused by where it's struck on the club face.
Well, what happens if the pin's there? You've hit 3 close, this is in the right hand bunker, these are short, and that is way long and a lost ball.
Yeah.
And that was your best one. So again, you need shots, because you're hitting good shots that are going in trouble, and your bad shots are going in serious trouble and coming up short. And the same with your driver, you can see the dispersion is short and long. It's not left and right, it's short and long. And again, if we look at driver, heel to high strikes.
So it's the same in the driver and the irons, really.
Heel to high. And you're presenting 17 degrees. Listen, what loft? I don't reference those other numbers you showed me on Twitter. You're presenting 16 degrees aloft. I don't know how you were presenting 10 degrees aloft on that day, apart from the read not being very good. You're hitting 2 up, hitting it high on the face, presenting, well, the lowest loft you presented is 12. And that's probably a low hit. So the machine's capturing's jumping a bit. It was a very high hit actually. So you presented probably 12, or it's a misread.
What would you be looking at a driver for loft?
presenting,
Yeah.
round 16. Is that a 10.5 driver, is it?
That's, yeah, set at standard 10,
Yeah.
10.4.
16, 17 is good. You'll get good launches with that.
Yeah.
Again, you're hitting your driver from the inside. Look at the numbers, they're tiny. One from the inside face, one open to a path. Lie 5 degrees towed up, which will offset a bit of that. If you just showed me these face to path and path numbers, I wouldn't be, apart from the misreads there, take them out, I wouldn't be able to call this player's handicap. They could be a pro, they could be a tour pro, I wouldn't know if you take speed away. Just club path and face to path, I wouldn't be able to tell you. We're going to play a game. We're going to play a game. This game's called golf. Have you ever heard of it?
Finally, I'm not this good.
So just hit it as you were doing. Hit one. We need a starting base model to start. Right, where'd you hit it? Where'd you hit it on the face? Call it. High or low?
Low.
So lower than the red line. Heel or toe?
Toe.
Correct. Hit another one. Where'd you hit that?
That was middle, centre toe. Oh.
It sounded very good. It was kind of touching the red line, which will make you feel centre. But it's actually heel.
I just went off the feel of that then.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be there somewhere.
Hard to practice strike if you can't even feel where strike is. Let's do it again. You've seen tour players hit shots and take one hand off the club and then the ball lands like on the green 20 foot away, haven't you? Have you seen that on telly? Well, what happens is because they've struck it millimetres away from where they feel is optimum, and they know if they had struck it where they wanted to, that ball's probably going to go to 5 foot. So that 20 foot, I mean, what the putting average is, so the percentage hold at 20 foot, I don't know what it is, but it's low. It's like probably 12%. Holding putts from 5 foot, which is where they knew that shot would have gone if they struck it, is probably goes up to 40%. If you want to win PGA Tour events, you don't want to be always in the 8% range. You want to be hitting more into the... Because there are other guys coming up behind you who are striking that iron well. That's why they take the hand off, because they feel that strike, through sound often, straight away. So they know in the air, that ain't going close, it's going to be 20 foot at best, because they can feel that strike. It's a skill.
Yeah.
No one practices one of the main skills. It's crazy. People want to talk planes, people want to talk pass, people want to talk open and closed faces, but they can't hit out in the middle, and they don't even practice it. That's why so many just are not improving. Let's do another. I want you to call the strike once you've hit it. Go on then.
Oh, I'm going to go for what I just said.
Sounded good, didn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be the same place, isn't it?
So middle where?
Middle, just past centre, toe.
Toe.
That's going to be it.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Oh, bang on.
That's probably your optimum spot as club faces travelling fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're starting to feel strike a bit. You don't feel it that well maybe when you move certain sides of it. So let's do a few more and see how you go. Where'd you hit that? So keep looking at the range, you don't look at the machine. I reckon, go on.
Because it went right and didn't draw.
Don't use that on an iron. Don't use gear on an iron, it'll trick you, because irons don't always gear. Because the centre of gravity is on the face. High, above the line or below the line?
Below here.
Had to be below the line. You could hear that was at the bottom.
Yeah. Below heel longer.
Okay, I can't now remember if it was heel or toe, so I'm going to say below the line and guess middle, but I don't know. Ooh, on the red line, but way out the toe.
Again, it just went by the feeling sound of it.
Sound is what I'm going on most, but again, that still fools you.
That's me through him. I thought it'd be.
This is the most interesting thing though, look. These are your shots since we've just asked you to hit shots and then call strike. These are your shots when you were thinking about, I don't know what path, or I don't know what you were thinking about on the first one, so that's you just hitting off the road. Just coming in with whatever you brought.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So the question I'm going to ask is, so the second batch of strikes are better.
I was basically just trying to get one out there.
Yeah, yeah. The second batch of strikes are better.
Yeah.
And again, we're getting now much more consistent. So one miss hit, which was the high toe. But we're now getting, look at the short and long dispersions, much better.
Again, me being naive without the toe, I'm surprised that one's short.
Toe's weak. High on the club is weak.
But how can the toe be the fastest part of the club face if you hit? I suppose it's what.
It's moving faster, but then the more you move away, there you go, that one there.
Yeah.
The more you move away from the sweet spot, you're going to get massive energy losses.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much speed you've got, if the club just opens like a barn door as you hit it,
Yeah.
just takes all that speed out of it.
So do you reckon that shot then, club face is open? Or
No,
is it the toe?
no, you actually had the face closed to the path on that one.
Oh,
You've got shots, you've got 20 shots, so you're going to need an array of hits. What you're going to need is your good ones to be all a consistent distance.
yeah.
Which is what you've got a little bit more there. So the next thing we need to do is we need to play with some certain swing thoughts and then see if that translates into strike or not. So if you keep your weight more in X position, you hit more out the heel, more out the toe, is it equally as varied?
Yeah.
So there's no right or wrongs here. We just need to find some sentences that make you control strike a little bit more. Just asking you to hit shots and monitor strike on that test has shown you striking it much better. But if we can't recreate that, it means nothing apart from it was just a random test. So as in we could, this is where obviously if you were more local, if you came back next week thinking the same thing and you started it more out the heel again, well obviously it's not a longevity answer. It's not a, it worked, but it's not working. So we need to find a thought that allows you to keep self-correcting on the course and all those kind of things.
But I think, like, because those setting back batch of shots have got slightly better, dare I say.
Path still from the inside, face still close into the path,
Yeah.
just still in gentle draws. Go on, sorry.
The second batch of shots have got slightly better than the first.
Yeah, strike was better.
I wasn't thinking about the swing.
No,
I was thinking about
strike.
strike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Periscope, all the normal social places. Also, come and visit my new website, markcrossfieldgolf.com. See you over there.